Happy Saturday. Dustin Starr here, coming to you live from my house. One day until Super Bout 4, and I'm all kinds of fired up. And today was episode 205, the $1 Million Challenge. Hello, everybody. I am Dustin Starr. Let's talk all about it. Today was absolutely off the hook and a great lead-in to what we've got going on tomorrow. That's Sunday, January 26th. Live at the WrestleCenter. That's 3296 Winbrook Drive in Memphis. Matt Riddle, the King of Bros, is coming to Super Bout 4, and the card is absolutely loaded. You can head over to memphiswrestling.tv, and you can get your meet and greet tickets to meet Matt Riddle, AJ Francis, along with the stars of Memphis Wrestling. And like I said, the card is absolutely loaded. We'll talk a little bit about it as we go on with this live reaction. What's up, Nathan? How are you? LFG, let's do it. Tomorrow's the big day. We've got a cram-packed WrestleCenter once again tomorrow. I believe every single seat has been sold, but there still are some VIP meet and greets that you can come out and you can meet. Let's see. Oh, I just got a text message from Violent J, so I'll have to check that out in just a second. Speaking of Violent J, he was back on the program today, and then he's going to be back next week in a big main event tag team match. Let's get to it. You guys, go ahead and put your questions in the comments. Talk about whatever it is that you want me to talk about. Which match? What was your favorite part of today's show? What was your least favorite part of today's show? Because it was jam-packed from top to bottom, starting with AJ Francis arriving in a limo, knocking Big John Dalton out with $1 million championship belt, whatever that is. You had the Righteous Path, along with the return of Barnabas, the ringmaster, and Jackson Crowley seemed to be brainwashed by Sister Asa until a mystery woman came out who now I know as Black Dahlia. So Black Dahlia has evened the sides, so to speak, and I'm only looking forward to what's going to happen next, coming up at Super Bout. But then also Psycho Simon says that he might kill Derek King in DK's final match. That's going down tomorrow, and Psycho Simon wants no rules. So we'll see what Derek King has to say about that, and I'm pretty sure he has no problem at all with no rules. Also, Gio Savage and Draco. These two guys, it's not over yet. Two former friends ran over Too Cool 2 in the parking lot before Draco tried to run over Gio. There's so much to unpack here. Let's talk all about it. What's up, Shamaria? How are you? Eddie Kane Main is in the house. What's up, man? Jeffrey, Ben, Eddie Kane Main. Dude, it's so awesome. Not even sure what this comment is, but we are going to throw this guy off the over the top rope. And see you later, brother. Just like that. Anybody else want to go over the top rope? This is the Grind City Rumble here today on Memphis Wrestling. Thomas, Yellow, Dustin, Mercy, Daddy, Mercy, baby, what's up? Brian's here. Another awesome episode. Thank you so much. Antonio. There's Brian. Smooth is here. Who Matt Riddle fighting tomorrow? I don't know, but I tell you one thing. I cannot wait. Is Matt Riddle going to ride out on a scooter at the WrestleCenter? Who's he going to fight? I'm looking forward to the VIP meet and greet too. I know that Matt Riddle, awesome guy. Can't wait for him to be live in the WrestleCenter. Thomas says, where's Mackenzie Morgan? I have no idea. She got crushed by C-Rex a couple of months ago, and we haven't seen her since. Eddie K-Man, who was the lady that was with the circus? She's meaty. She will be there tomorrow at Super Bout 4, and she's going to be on the side of Barnabas and the Memphis Mizarks, along with the Twins of Salem, evening the odds. That's Black Dahlia. And, of course, during the airing of the episode, we had no idea who this person was, but thank goodness she's there to even the odds. We might see her and Sister Asa lock horns. Shamaria, bring Tasha Steeles and Alicia Edwards to Memphis Wrestling. Stay tuned. Never know who's going to show up next, because we announced this week that on Sunday, February 16th, Nick Nemeth is coming to Memphis Wrestling. And for those of you who are there live tomorrow at the WrestleCenter, you're going to see who we're bringing on Sunday, March the 2nd. It is going to be awesome. Just wait. Memphis Wrestling's on a roll. There's nothing quite like it. Lurvy says, hello, Dustin, Backseat Boys. I remember them being a tag team at Combat Zone Wrestling. It could be a new tag team since the original wrestlers are retired. Well, the Backseat Boys are the JCW Tag Team Champions, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and he's been brought in by Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse. And you remember last week, Main Event Bradley and Big Nasty Phil picking a fight with Violent J. They wanted to honk his nose. Are you kidding me? So Violent J said he'll be back, and he's bringing a really good tag team with him. He's bringing the champ. So big main event tag team showdown for the JCW tag team titles. That's coming up next week on Memphis Wrestling. Violent J is going to be in their corner, and I hope he gets involved. Jeffrey says, was that Last match edited for time seemed like Big John Dalton near count out happened really fast. Of course, some of these matches do have to be edited down for TV time. And a lot of times you can see those matches in full without any edits on our members only. So be on lookout for that. Ben says, who's the mystery woman with Barnabas? That is Black Dahlia. Welcome to Memphis Wrestling. Nathan says, Big John Dalton whooped some butt today. Shout out to KT for that one. What about the return of the master of Fat Jitsu, K-Tumer, coming out with Cheez-Its? And if you guys don't know, AJ Francis is sponsored by Cheez-Its. Very cool scene where he's throwing out Cheez-Its to the fans. I hope you got one there, Nate. But I know that AJ Francis was none too pleased with it. Big shout out to Big John Dalton. Biggest win in his singles career is K-Tumer returning full-time. K-Tumer's always been full-time. You hadn't seen K-Tumer since the Grind City Rumble, and before that, you hadn't seen him for a couple of months. K-Tumer is back, and he's going to be in action tomorrow at Super Bout 4, and I guess it's a good time to announce this. King Cobra's made it official that tomorrow at Super Bout 4, it's a big man triple threat match. AJ Francis versus Big John Dalton versus the master of Fat Jitsu, K-Tumer. It's all going down. Big meaty men slapping meat triple threat match next week, or actually tomorrow, live at Super Bout 4. And of course, you guys will be able to see that coming up on an episode very, very soon. Willie says, great show, Dustin. Can't wait for DDT versus Erica Torres. That's going down at Super Bout 4 tomorrow. So there you go. Who's Matt Riddle fighting tomorrow? Can't wait. Not really sure. Hey there, Dustin. How are you, Thomas? I'm doing good. Looks like there's some retracted messages. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Let me get caught up. Black Dahlia, she's one of Barnabas's members from Void Faction in the JCPNWA. Lurvy, you're absolutely correct. What's up, Jimina? What's up, Jimina? Scott Stewart says, Jay Allister. Yeah, Allister had a very rough going today against the 420-pound Memphis Heritage champion, Aaron Roberts. And tomorrow at Super Bout 4, it's one-on-one. It's the Gun Show's last opportunity for the Memphis Heritage Championship, which he earned that opportunity just in case, wherever you are. He earned that opportunity by winning the Grind City Rumble. Thomas said, I'm very happy to see Diana Taylor. She's one great woman. She is the first and only two-time Memphis Wrestling Women's Champion. Nate says Riddle versus Bosby. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. Bosby is a part that starts next week. He is a part of the Cobra Cup tournament. This year, it's going to be a little bit different. We've got two sides of the brackets with 4 competitors on each side, and it's the red and it's the blue bracket. We're going to have fatal 4-way matches where the 2 final competitors will enter at Super Bout tomorrow, and they'll be the winner of the Cobra Cup. And of course, the Cobra Cup has power. You can turn in King Cobra's Cup for a championship opportunity anytime, any place that you want. I can't wait for tomorrow too, Smooth. Can't wait. Get the likes up, says Jerry. Yeah, you guys go ahead and take that subscribe button to Slab City. Hit that like button for us. Speak Spanish. I do not speak Spanish. You do that for me, brother. Bo says, I look back at the footage of the big cheat Dalton. Definitely low-blowed AJ Francis. That's not true. Come on, Bo. You know that. Lady looks like Abaddon without her makeup. I don't think Abaddon looks anything like Black Dahlia. Matt Cardona versus the Gun Show at next year's Super Bout. I would love to have Matt Cardona here. Of course, I've told this story several times. Several years in a row, we've tried to book Matt Cardona, and he's booked up every single time. And he came in and says, what happened to Steel Cross? Well, the only answer I got to give you is they are just so indie that they just couldn't get out of their own way. Like to see them face the LA Hustlers. You'll likely never see Steel Cross on our program again, but you will see the LA Hustlers defending those tag team titles. Robert says, any chance of Ricky Starks appearing? I've been messaging Ricky Starks back and forth. Ricky Starks is a little bit under fire right now with AEW, so it's very tough for him to accept those bookings. But stay tuned because I'm going to keep working on him. JCW title next week. Can't wait to see what happens. You're exactly right. Tag team titles on the line in the main event. Thought Daughter, can you talk about Cora Jade? What do you think WWE has in store with her with the TNA partnership? I'm not exactly sure what they have in store with her, but I do know that this platform that WWE is providing for TNA wrestling is going to help everybody, especially us, because you see how many TNA wrestling superstars we booked. AJ Francis on the show today. Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, was at the Grind City Rumble. And then, of course, coming up, former TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth is coming to Memphis Wrestling on February the 16th. You're right, Thomas. He won that. Big John Dalton won that match fair and square. What's up, Glenn? How are you? Scott says Jay Allister rules. He didn't today, but being in the ring with the champ on Memphis Wrestling is nothing to sneeze at. So congratulations for that on Jay Allister. Lurvy said, could there be other women wrestlers outside of Memphis Wrestling to challenge the women's belt held by Dana Taylor? What happened to Heather Monroe? I have no idea what happened to Heather Monroe. As far as wrestling, I haven't seen anything from her, but I do know that she recently got married to David Ali, so congratulations on the marriage. Bo says he low-blowed him and wrote him up. He did not. Woods, he's late, but what's going on? Love that championship badge, my brother. Tyler Cooley's in the house. Smooth says it's crazy Joe Hendry was in the Grind City Rumble, and now TNA champ. So proud of how far he came. I am glad that we believed in Joe Hendry, that's for sure. Nathan says, I have a big bag of Cheez-Its signed by Toomer and AJ now. Just wait till you see what happens. I'm really hoping that we get a collaboration of some kind with Cheez-Its, especially after what's going to go down tomorrow with that big triple threat. Babyface B says, Rob, that's Big John Dalton. Does Slammin' Snacks sell Cheez-Its? You know they will tomorrow, brother. Everyone like live? Yes. Big meaty men slapping meat. Oh, Cheez-Its is a sponsor of AJ. Then I take back the Cheez-Its nips during the show. I love Cheez-Its. I do love Cheez-Its. I'm not even going to lie. And I think it's really cool that Cheez-Its has partnered with a professional wrestler, especially AJ Francis, and got a championship bout, Citrus Bowl, the whole thing. It's a big deal if you guys don't follow football or anything but wrestling. So when UWM comes back, business is going to pick up. Antonio, you're exactly right. I think that United Wrestling Network, they film coming up in Hollywood on February 25th. Erica Torres doing amazing. Ryan, you're exactly right, man. She is so good. AJ versus Toomer will take ring reinforcements. What about AJ Francis versus K Toomer versus Big John Dalton? 3 huge men all in the same ring at the same time. Dana Taylor is really kind of woman that I like to love, says Thomas. She's a winner, that's for sure. Matt Riddle putting his MLW title tomorrow. He should have that title with him tomorrow. I would love to have the MLW championship on Memphis Wrestling. Willie Bowen, K Toomer versus Psycho Simon would be a great match. I totally agree. But coming up at Super Bout 4, it's Derek King's final match. And it looks like it's not going to be just any match. It looks like Psycho Simon wants no rules. So Derek King's final match, DK versus Psycho Simon, going down at Super Bout 4 tomorrow. And it looks like there's going to be no rules in that one. Women's Cobra Cup. Glenn, we've been talking about it, so stay tuned. We would love to have a women's Cobra Cup. Of course, we would love to have a women's Grind City Rumble as well. Just very limited on the roster, and of course, all that depends on budget as well. Bro versus Nick Namath. I would love that. Memphis Wrestling lawyer still there. I'm not sure what you're talking about, the lawyer. You're talking about the lawyer that we had several years ago on the program. You know, I always have a lawyer in my back pocket, by the way. Matt Riddle versus AJ Francis in Memphis Wrestling, possible even for a championship belt. Lurvy, that would be very fantastic. But I think AJ Francis is all tied up with K Toomer and Big John Dalton at this point. Cobra Cup this year sounds awesome. Can't wait to see it. Brian, it's all going down next week on Memphis Wrestling, and the finals are taking place tomorrow live, and then you guys will see it on Memphis Wrestling. Joseph Earl, what's going on, man? You need to bring Yo Booty out to the WrestleCenter. That's for sure. Since day one, you won the first contest. Still haven't been out? Come on, bro. Ryan says, try not to make Erica Torres angry, Dustin. I've been hit with a low blow by her years ago. Wow, still painful to think about. I want no part of fighting anybody, especially Erica Torres. Tonight is WWE Saturday Night Main Event. I'll be hosting the Memphis Grizzlies game. I think I got a fun game of Kroger Price is Right that we're going to play live. Matt Cardona, they say yes. Bring him to Memphis Wrestling, says Lurvy. Seen Erica hit a low blow on Reverend Ash Taylor in Memphis Wrestling Rumble last time. I guess she's pretty good at it. Who's looking forward to Braun versus Jacob Fatu? I am, and I think that Fatu will win that one. I'd love to see Dustin Rhodes appear in Memphis Wrestling. Robert, it's funny that you mentioned that because I've sent several messages over to Dustin Rhodes and his training camp. So, Jamie Davis, this is yours. Thank you, brother. Also, that hat that you got, Reese the Beast, with the 5 stars on it. He loves that, too. You know, he wears it everywhere. Let's see. Willie says, Reverend Ash Taylor and his wrongful path or they are nauseating. That's exactly right. They are. Baron Corbin's looking for bookings. I bet he is. Hey, Dustin Starr, good afternoon. What's up, Jason? How are you? Heather was running an OnlyFans. Okay, I guess that's more important than pro wrestling. Happy weekend, Jason. Yeah. Is anyone ready for the Royal Rumble? I am ready because on Saturday, February 1st, we're at Dave and Buster's, and we're going to be doing giveaways, power cards, tickets, food, and so much more. And then also, I want to do this big contest where everybody draws a number secretly out of a hat. And then whoever has the winning number of the Royal Rumble is going to win a major prize. So it's going to be awesome. Off the hook. Can't wait. Join us. Family friendly. Dave and Buster's in Memphis. Did Big John Dalton get the belt? Well, it looked like he did not get the belt because AJ Francis said that he's never made $1 million. And plus, that belt is not a real belt of Memphis Wrestling. Lawyers still have anything for Memphis Wrestling? I'm not sure what you're asking me, Al. I don't know what lawyer you're talking about. I'm glad to see Ash Hole's crew get some opponents. Hopefully they get their butts kicked. Have there been any wrestlers who have won their belts in other promotions to defend them on Memphis Wrestling? It just all depends. It depends on who it is. Of course, Reality of Wrestling has been on Memphis Wrestling. TNA Wrestling, the Ring of Honor World Championship has been here. JCW Tag Team titles next week. We had the EPW champion on Memphis Wrestling a couple of weeks ago at the Grind City Rumble. He appeared with the title. So there's been quite a few, Lurvy. We'll see him Punk win the Royal Rumble. I think he has a really good chance. I'm going with John Cena. I'm tired of AJ Francis taking your mic. Me too. That is a rule. You do not take my microphone. Black Dahlia is a hottie, says Willie. It looks like she's hot under the collar, too, because she's coming to fight at Super Bout. Memphis Street Fight, says Joseph Earl. What's up, Randolph? How are you? Smooth says, I hope Matt Riddle does open opportunity to fight for the MLW title. That would be sick. Tonight's the monster of all monsters versus the Samoan werewolf. I can't wait. I'm going to see that after the game tonight. Saturday night's main event is going to be exciting. I agree. AJ Francis, top counterfeit dollar. Hello, can I get a message from you? I really want to be a wrestler. Well, Gail, you need to go to WrestleCenter901.com. We do training on Mondays and Wednesdays. Remember, DK is a heel and he has a bag of tricks. Psycho Simon needs to watch out. Rob's exactly right. DK has not always been this good guy that's looking to retire. He's always been a little bit dirtiest player in the game, kind of like Psycho Simon. So we'll just see. He better bring some tricks because Simon is a massive individual, and he says he's going to kill Derek King. So can we have a Miss Texas Cup? Miss Texas Cup. We'd have to have Miss Texas on the show in order to do that, Jamie. I'm tired of Francis, period. So many leagues with him popping up. If only he could wrestle worth a darn, says Jolene. I agree. But he's got everybody talking about Memphis Wrestling. We want Dustin to return to the ring. Nate, that's not going to happen. Cold beer's in the house. I need a relationship as strong as that hair gel. That's funny. Jason says, I will pray DK will win tomorrow and beat Psycho Simon. It's going to be his final match, one last ride. These guys have known each other for 30 years, if you guys did not realize that. This is going to be a showdown of epic proportions, and it will be a main event on one of the 3 weeks of Super Bout 4. K Toomer versus AJ Francis. We're getting the triple threat match. It's going down at Super Bout 4. Please, I really love wrestling since I was a kid. Give me a chance to prove myself. Gail, go to WrestleCenter901.com. Thank you, Jason. Love this shirt. It was a gift of the King Jamie Davis. Let's not forget Braun Strowman, former Universal Champion. That's right. Can't wait for the Royal Rumble. Stop watching WWE in May 2021. You're missing out, Robert. I'm telling you. It'd be great to see the Nightmare Factory talent as well as Rhodes' Academy talent. Cody and Dustin are great teachers. They are great teachers, but nobody knows who they are. So those guys need to get experience where they are and then branch out. And, you know, we're more than happy to bring some of them in, but they would not sell a single ticket for us. I need to come to Dave and Buster's. Eddie came in. You're right. Meet me there February 1st. Let's have a brewski together. Speaking of brewskis, Ghost River will be in the house tomorrow at the WrestleCenter. Brad Stinkerhorn and Landfill are the biggest clowns in Memphis Wrestling. Yeah, two guys that hate clowns are definitely the biggest clowns in Memphis Wrestling. Please give me a chance to prove myself. Hey, Gail, stop with all that. I'm going to throw you over the top rope. Joe Hendry is going to have a great reign as TNA World Champion. I hope so. So let me get all caught up so you guys stop repeating. Main event Bradley versus Riddle. Oh my gosh. You've obviously smelled main event Bradley before. Lurvy, which faction is now Barnabas' top faction? The Circus or the Void? Could be the latter since Black Dahlia made her appearance. In 3 months' time, it's WrestleMania. I can't wait. Eddie K. Main believes in Erica Torres. Looks like she's getting a championship opportunity against DDT coming up at Super Bout. Brian, I'm never getting back in the ring. Nate, I'm never getting back in the ring. WrestleMania is the grandest stage of them all. And for Memphis Wrestling, Super Bout is the grandest stage of them all. Win Sue Young coming back to Memphis Wrestling. I love her to do appearance with Black Dahlia. Sounds like a great team. It does, Shamaria, and you know I am going to definitely be booking Sue Young to come back to Memphis Wrestling. She was awesome when she was here. Great friend of mine for a long time. Simon better hope little Chris don't return someday. I don't know. I think Mr. Chris is, last time we saw him, he might be dead. Joseph Earl, Saturday Night Main Event, MLW Wrestling, AEW Collision, Out of Control Wrestling, Hoxie, Arkansas. Did you just plug a Hoxie, Arkansas right here? Shout out to Main Event Bradley. Geez, Joseph Earl, you're on everybody's team, aren't you? Lurvy, I'll call it today. Call it a day. Enjoy your wrestling, folks. Vancouver, British Columbia. Thank you, Lurvy. I really appreciate it. I got just a couple more minutes, so go ahead and pepper me with whatever you got. You never give me a break when I tell you to return. I am never returning to the ring. Royal Rumble is going to be something special. You never know what to expect during Mania season. That's right. Thank you, Shamari. I appreciate it. What's up, BZ Beats? Miss Texas in the house. I'd love to have her in the house. How was it having Joe Hendry at the show? It was amazing. Joe Hendry is a true professional. Shout out to Bill Behrens for help making it happen. When will Slaughterhouse be back? Slaughterhouse will be back very soon. Rob says super about soon. You're exactly right. I think on television watch, it's probably 2 weeks away, but it's happening live tomorrow at the WrestleCenter. Who do you think is the stars of tomorrow's standouts? Oh my gosh. I mean, all of them. Zaya Wolf was on the program today. Makari Candy was on the program today. I know Alistair was on the program today, but wasn't what he expected. Also, Vashon Harvey, Seven Cruz, along with KJ Rocket. I think all of them are going to do very, very well. Dustin, who do you want Memphis Heritage Tag Team Champions? Dustin, who do you want to be? Well, it's LA Hustlers right now. What did you grow up on, WWF or NWA? I grew up on both of them. And I was a big WCW fan, but also always watched WWF. So you guys were talking about Hogan and Flair in the 80s. Hogan absolutely boomed the 80s. Flair did great, but it's such a big platform that Hogan made it what it was with that huge platform. And I did. I grew up on NWA. Well, Thunder Rosa isn't very busy at AEW. Maybe she could use some ring time. I've tried to book Thunder Rosa again. Stay tuned. 2025 is a very long year, so we'll see what happens. Sure, Simon's attack led to Mr. Chris seeing the light, and he went on to build an orphanage. Yeah, right. Okay. Main Event Bradley's my goat, says Nathan. Oh my gosh, you okay? Are you sick? The only lady that I don't want winning the Rumble is Charlotte Flair. She'll probably win. Patrick says, I don't know if you can, but I like to see TNA champion versus MLW champion non-title. I think when we book stuff like that, you guys aren't going to be happy with the finish because a lot of these guys act like babies and don't want to do certain things. So on Members Only, remind me to tell you the story about Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal. It will blow your mind. Jason, Royal Rumble had a 2-match men's Royal Rumble, women's Royal Rumble. It is going to be good. I can't wait. Hey, Dustin, what other wrestling school you'd like to partner up with? WWE ID, that's the only one I need to partner up with. It's hard to tell the stars of tomorrow from the experienced talent. The training is excellent. I totally agree. I think they're all doing fantastic. And given time and experience, they're going to be on top, just like we had with Tim Bosby and some of the others. Big John Dalton, he was one of the stars of tomorrow. Are you kidding me? Main eventing today with AJ Francis and pinning AJ Francis 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring. Are you kidding me? Robert says Hogan was the face of the 80s, but Flair was the heart and soul. I don't disagree with that. Could we see Claudio in Memphis Wrestling? You know, I do not have a connection with Claudio, but I would love to see Claudio in Memphis Wrestling. Jeffrey says members only today. Yeah, we'll do members only immediately after this. So I got just a couple more minutes here. AWA, NWA, WCW, WWF, WWF, WWE. Glenn, you watch them all, don't you? Aaron Robertson Gun Show is going to be insane. BC Beats. When are the Hardys coming to Memphis Wrestling? Stay tuned. Dun, 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 dun. I can't wait to do this with them whenever they come. I'm serious. All right, got just a couple more minutes. We're at the 24-minute mark. We'll go to about 30, I guess. Go ahead and put your questions, your comments down there. Let's talk. Lots of really cool stuff to talk about. I think Big John Dalton will be Aaron level. He's almost there soon, just a little more experience. Yeah, Aaron is 23 years old, 6'4", 420 pounds, officially a WWE ID prospect. He's under contract with them. Rico, I would love to book Rob Van Dam, but I might need a bigger boat to book RVD. Patrick says, can you afford the Hardys? Patrick, if you were here with me, I might slap you for asking me a question like that. Get out of here asking me if I can afford the Hardys. We've got Nick Nemeth coming. We had Joe Hendry here. We've had Booker T here. Are you kidding me? Might want to reword how you asked that question because it's, yeah. Can't wait to see the Shocker back in action. Eddie K-Man, are you serious? The Shocker has had a good showing, that's for sure. Smooth, you have a good one as well? Remember the Hardy Boys in early 2000s? I'd love to have the Hardys here anytime. I'd like to see Maven in Memphis Wrestling. Jeffrey, really good. Yeah, I'd love to see Maven too. I've actually been in touch with Maven, so hopefully we'd have that happen someday. Also, Chris Van Vliet, I'd love to have him in Memphis Wrestling as well. SGC says Tim Grind. Tim Grind not on the program. Lost the tag team titles with him and his partner Flex. Hopefully we'll see Tim Grind and his little homie back at some point very, very soon. I think Ray Sanders needs to hold off and allow DK to fight. Well, it didn't go Ray Ray's way, but dude's got a big heart, that's for sure. Figueroa, guess my age. I have no idea. Burnt popcorn, borrow the money from AJ Top Dollar. I don't need to borrow any money. Bring back Moose. I don't know. We might not bring back Moose. Moose. That's probably a conversation as well for members only. I like Too Cool 2 as well. I'm a big fan of them. My boys. All right, anything else? If not, I'm going to head over to members only. Did you ever meet Jax Dane? No, but I just saw Crimson at the Grizzlies game just a couple of weeks ago, and we were able to talk about Jax. Very, very unfortunate. I think he was 44 years old. I'm 42. Very, very sad. Like to see Gail Kim make an appearance. I would too. Burnt popcorn. My family has 4 tickets to Riddle and Top Dollar. Burnt popcorn. I can't wait. Be sure to say hello. Come to me and tell me that you are Burnt Popcorn Productions because I'm always love like Eddie Kane. I love that he comes. That way I can put a person with a screen name and a chat. Thank you for those for that ticket purchase, man. You are not going to be disappointed. Tomorrow is going to be awesome. Super Bout 4. It's the Memphis Wrestling WrestleMania, just like WWE, the Grind City Rumble heads the road to Super Bout, and Super Bout 4 is where it all begins again. Been to Memphis Wrestling before with Tim Grind. Awesome. Come back and see us. I was at Violent J. I think everybody was at Violent J Burnt Popcorn, but please be making sure you come over and say hello and let me know that you're Burnt Popcorn. Remember, Jeff Jarrett is a slap nut. He hit Beetlejuice in WCW. I would love to have the last Outlaw have that last ride and that last match, last appearance here in Memphis, Tennessee. So stay tuned for that. I'm working diligently on the schedule for 2025. Those of you who are there live tomorrow at the WrestleCenter, you're going to get a sneak peek at who's coming up on Sunday, March the 2nd, and it is going to blow you away. If you thought Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry were going to blow you away, just wait till you see what's coming up on Sunday, March the 2nd. Any special guests tomorrow? Absolutely. Matt Riddle is in the house. AJ Francis is in the house as well. It's going to be off the hook. AJ Francis in a triple threat match against Big John Dalton and K Toomer. What will Matt Riddle do at Super Bout? We're going to find out. Just a couple of more minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Like I said, tonight I'll be hosting the Memphis Grizzlies game. They won 5 in a row, have the best home record in the entire NBA. I get to play Kroger Price is Right. I'm hosting. It'll be a lot of fun. Wish there wasn't a beef with you and Lawler's people. I saw Lawler at the game just the other day. Came up, shook my hand, told me his knees were hurting, but he was doing good. It's just old guys versus new guys, I guess, when it comes to that. Very territorial, but we are Memphis Wrestling, no matter what anybody says about it. And there's nobody that's even close. Bring Zia Brookside to Memphis Wrestling. The Cobra Cup looks great. I agree with you, Rob. Will JBL come along with Nick Namath and close on one unlucky Memphis wrestler? I have no idea, but I have been somewhat in talks with JBL as well. Not exactly sure what he's doing, but he was not available for the date that I was looking at. So you guys are right on the money with all this. It would be great to see a huge JBL clothesline on Memphis Wrestling. All right, I got 1 minute. 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Arturo? How are you? I got 1 minute left. If you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them there. That would be epic. You're right. It would be epic. JBL. Yeah, he was not available for the date that we were looking for. That doesn't mean. Also, Jeff Jarrett was not available for the date that we were looking for. So stay tuned. We'll work this thing out. When will March 2 be announced? That's going to be announced live tomorrow at the WrestleCenter. JBL knocking out Bradley would be great. I think he might kill Bradley. Stay tuned to our website as well, because when March 2nd goes on sale, that's going to happen tomorrow, but our live audience is going to see and hear about it first. Close on Bradley. Everybody wants to see main event Bradley get close on. I go to school with Lance. Okay, Lance is going to be there tomorrow as well at Super Bout 4. When are we going to see the next WWE ID? We have a big WWE ID official match taking place at Super Bout 4 tomorrow. Also, a big WWE ID official tag team showdown match coming out on February the 16th. So you're going to see a lot of WWE ID coming up. Burt Popcorn Grizzlies are amazing, and so is Dustin Starr at the Grizzlies. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. We're just having fun. Can't believe I get paid to do a gig like that. I can't believe I get paid to do this. This is absolutely insane. It's a dream come true. Love doing it. Love that you guys love it. Thank you for being so supportive. And I mean, gosh, from the top of the line banquet hall to the WrestleCenter, we've upgraded the facility a little bit more. So when you guys show up tomorrow live, you're going to see that. I might even post a members only video of some of the new stuff that you guys can see. Mick Foley, Beezy. I've been trying to get Mick Foley for about 3 years now. Speaking of have a good day, have a nice day. Yeah, I've been trying to get Mick Foley. We did have him at Grind City Wrestling Night for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'd love to have him back for Memphis Wrestling. So we'll see where that takes us. You guys had Memphis Wrestling action figures. What would you choose? Oh gosh, if I had to? Okay, so let's come up with three action figures. If we were going to start it up, have to be the Gun Show. I think it'd have to be a Psycho Simon. And I think it would have to be DDT Diana Taylor. Those are the three. If you were going to do a top three, you could do a top five, but definitely have three. If you were going to start action figures, that would be awesome. Rob, I appreciate it. Tri-State, are they ever going to do anything with Mid-South Coliseum? They've mothballed it. They're keeping it from, being dilapidated or whatever the case may be, but nothing has happened just yet until an investor comes in. Always wanted to be a promoter, but I ain't got no money. Most of those wrestling promoters ain't got no money too, Patrick. Don't feel bad. Jimmy Blaylock equals Twinkie variant edition. Man, the fans had the biggest box of Twinkies spinning around, throwing Twinkies at Jimmy Blaylock. It's going down tomorrow at Super Bout. It's going to be Van Vicious one-on-one with all the way Ray Collins. Gun Show, Aaron, and Toomer. Those are good. You can't go wrong. If you were going to pick three wrestlers to make action figures up for Memphis Wrestling, you literally cannot go wrong. Miss good old fashioned Memphis Wrestling. Well, we're here every single week, Tony. And I'm so sorry that your favorites from good old fashioned Memphis Wrestling back in the day are too old to go, or else I would book them. Matt Cardona has a wrestling figure company. I know, Jeffrey. I'm a big fan of Matt Cardona. I'd like to see Memphis Wrestling have their own trading cards. We did have our own trading cards previously. Did not sell too well. I think that the 8.5 by 11s, 8 by 10s, and T-shirts do much better. But I would love to have action or a card lineup. Why don't y'all try running Nashville, Huntsville, Alabama, and Chattanooga? Bring back the territory, because we are Memphis Wrestling. That's why we're Memphis Wrestling, not Chattanooga Wrestling or Alabama Wrestling or Nashville Wrestling. We're Memphis Wrestling. So, I mean, you could see us out and about at Gleason, Tennessee. You can see us at Dyersburg, Tennessee. We've got a proposal to where we can go to Portland, Tennessee coming up this year. So we do get out and about, but we are Memphis Wrestling. I love Private Party, but I'm happy to my Two Heroes One. I'm not a fan of Private Party at all. Gun Show, Toomer, and DDT. Okay. That was definitely a Jimmy-sized Twinkie box. All right, guys, I'm going to switch over to members only, and I'm strictly going over here to answer your questions. So appreciate you guys joining me here today. Look forward to seeing you next week on the live chat. Look forward to seeing you live tomorrow. Y'all should try to get Ron and Robert Fuller involved. I don't think our audience would know who they are. TriStar. Jay Webb, future title shot. Okay. He definitely has McCarty Candies back, that's for sure. All right, everybody. I am Dustin Starr, and I'm headed over to members only. Thank you for joining me. If you missed today's episode, go back and check that out. It's available in full right now, on demand. Check it out. And also, if you're watching this live reaction at a later time and I'm no longer live, you can still put your questions in the comments, and I'll go back and answer them. Do you think a territory system like UWN or NWA would work? No, it never works. It's not going to work. It's not. You can't rely on other people. Yeah, it doesn't work. You'll see that. All right, see you guys in members only. Oh, yeah.